Good evening and salutations, my G friends. Oh, Sasha, you know, I remember when she came in town and she was a fun character to watch for a while. And, the thing is, people sat there and they kept saying this. And I would see it all the time in my comment section. Is that people would complain that the writers hated Sasha because they had her in too many dark scenes, which was the best stuff that they were giving this chick for a while. But I don't think that people understood, like, if you want to sit there and say that the writers hate her, which even I don't agree with that, but if you want to sit there and say it, now is the time to sit there and say this. Now is the character assassination. So Sasha brings Jason into her room, and it's not there saying that Michael is at risk. Michael's at risk? Okay. What is Michael at risk about? According to her, she's like, Willow has lost her damn mind. Keep in mind, this is the woman that's not there taking money from her goddamn kidnapper. But she's not there saying that Willow has lost her mind. Okay. Now, listen, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. Yes, there's times that I could be an asshole, and I will not apologize for that. But I'm not trying to at this point. This is just more her tiny mind just working in the most acidine way possible. Because in her mind, she's like, well, if Willow finds out about the baby, she is going to take full advantage of the situation. She's going to cut Michael out of her kids' lives, out of the kids' lives. Yeah, I want you to think about that. This is what she's going to do. And how do you know this? No, no, no goddamn idea. This is just something that she just assumed is going to wind up happening. Yeah, she just assumed that this is going to wind up happening. So at this point, I'm like, and it's unfortunate, right? Because she's not there thanking Michael for allowing her to raise this baby by herself. I'm like, yeah, Michael, when you get out that hospital, I think you should really change your mind about that. Like, you really should, for just so many reasons, right? Now, the problem is that she's supposed to have this little cute moment about sharing the sonogram with Jason. And as much as you would think, I'll be happy for the fact that she is celebrating a miracle, right? She's celebrating a miracle. It just completely takes me out of it because the acidine things that she said before, I'm still thinking about it. That didn't just go away. So, like, now I have to sit there and be like, how long is this scene for? Okay. We'll go with Sunny and Valentine for a minute. So Sunny is just itching to pull his pew pew on Valentine. You broke in. This is an easy case. Slam dunk. I'm not even gonna sit there and sweat this whole thing. But then Sunny says, Valentine, you don't deserve to be a father. I'm sorry, what? What did you just sit there and say? Did you just sit there and say that Valentine does not deserve to be a father? Your son is in a burn clinic because he was in your life. This is exactly what Valentine said too. And I'm like, how does. I mean, the sad thing is that even if this story didn't happen, Michael's not in a burn clinic, there's all sorts of other times where his kids has been in danger because of him. So the fact that he actually said that right then and there, like, really, bro? Really? But Valentine's like, hey, listen, I can find you the name of the buyer. I can find you the name of the person who firebombed your house. And then he's like, I have a buyer, a hitman. I'm like, okay, what's the name? I don't know the name, but I can get you in contact with him, or I can get you his contact information or whatever. But then he says name, so now he does have a direction of where. And he also, because the bomb was made by the WSP, may have an idea. That's another reason why he went to sit there and take him out, messing with his pills. But he was like he was under orders from Jack, so he didn't have a choice. They threatened him with Charlotte apparently, so he did what he had to do. But he literally sat there and said, "I have no beef with you." Okay, but he does let him go. Um, Carving. See, somebody said this in my chat yesterday. Carly's gonna be fine, and she wakes up towards the end. That's it. Oh, also, Robin name was dropped because she helped with a cure or something like that to like stabilize people that have um that type of poison. So she was on the phone with Isaiah. Little name drop there just to let people know that Robin still exists. Okay, that's that's fine, I guess. I guess you're just gonna sit there and act like, where's that name drop with the whole Epiphany's funeral and memorial? Yeah, I know. Um. Anyway, they're able to sit there and get the vial, and there's one point where she goes in the VFib, but it was just like, and maybe I guess it's me. When I started watching this stuff, everything was new and whatever. But see, the problem with a lot of these American shows, is that they're not, they're afraid of killing people off. Like they're afraid of killing people off. Like we knew there was, maybe it might have been one person that had like a really tiny brain, but like most people watched this and was like, yeah, she ain't getting killed off. So it was kind of just like, eh, okay, now we're gonna get to the Brooklyn and chasing because I don't know what the hell they were doing in the scene. It just seems like, for me personally, it's like Brooklyn is just getting worse, right? Because she tells Chase, "Hey, listen, I just saw Dante," and Chase seems like he almost wants to sit there and take the "you hurt his male, fragile ego." Seriously, like he's upset. He's like, "Well, you had a baby with my partner, but I can't give you a baby." Rohan, this is what you're upset about. Are you are you serious? So like, okay, now we're gonna sit there and make him look like an asshole, right? So it could be like, oh, poor Brooklyn. No, no. But after all that, there's one point. I'm not joking. Um, they well after we really get past his pride being hurt and him asking asinine questions like, "What, did you ever love him?" we're 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 still mad about that. Okay. Um, there's one point where she tells the reasons of why she took the job with Carly. One was for the money. Two, because she felt like Dante deserved better. And three, and I can't believe she actually said this. She was like, "Well, if Dante would have chose me, then I would have told the truth. If Dante would have told you, then you would have told the truth." That's. I'm trying to keep this shit like I really am, but like, how do you just sit there and just say something like that? And then she pretty much is like, the child. Well, the adult at this point. I don't want him to have his life blown apart. He may be in a good place. I have to believe he's in a good place. And then once again, she's like, "Oh, the secret has to be a secret, and it's better." Basically, Smith is saying that Dante is going to be happier not knowing the truth. So once again, you're just continuing to make decisions for him and saying he'll be happier not knowing. Okay. And even Chase at this point is like, you're still making decisions for him based off assumptions, based off of the fact that this grown adult now is happy. I get what she was meant to saying, like, well, I don't want to sit there and ruin his life. If that child wants to sit there and come to me, yes, I will sit there and say, hey, listen, this is who your father is. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm not going to say anything. But I'm like, again, he called you out for the fact that you are still sitting there making decisions for him based off an assumption. You don't know. You have no idea. Yeah, this is pretty much where we are with Brooklyn. Just day by day, she's getting worse. Oh, now Lulu. Lulu wants Rocco to sit there and live with her because um she feels that Rocco needs him. You know, she lost a lot of time with him. But I'm like, you living with him is not going to speed up the process. And she's also like, well, Rocco could sit there and be with Charlotte. Like, Rocco could also sit there and be with Danny and with Dante. So she's not there acting like, I'm going to do so much more and I really want to be a presence in his life. I'm like, well, you can do that from the quarter meetings. He doesn't need to just live with you right off rip. And at one point, she gets frustrated talking about, well, I didn't think we were going to sit there and fight me on this. I'm like, well, he technically could fight you on it because that's also his child as well. That you can still see when you go to the quartermains. So again, what are you doing? Like seriously, I understand the idea that she lost time and she wants to sit there and reconnect, but you can still do that with him living in the quartermains. This whole thing, it almost feels like you're just being extra. You're just being extra at this point. Um. Oh, and Lucas woke up damn near naked because, well, he threw up everywhere. And that's the reason why Marco is, well, he just got out of the shower. Anyway, they're talking. I was like, there's a couple more. I keep forgetting that Jay's just love to throw people. Anyway, they seem like they have a good talk. And, he realized that Marco didn't do anything. He was too drunk to really consent or anything like that. So he just, you know, let him rest and stuff like that, and they're gonna keep in contact. Now, Brad calls Stella. Stella's like, "Hey, listen, I just kind of left. Could we do this tomorrow?" And he pretty much wants advice. But the problem with Brad is that Brad sits there and hears what he wants to hear, right? Stella's like, "Hey, listen, you told him the truth. It didn't pan out the way that you wanted to, but maybe over time y'all could sit there and be friends, right? Maybe." He takes that as an absolute, and after wasting about 20 minutes of her life, completely ignores what he's saying, what she's saying, and the last thing that you see is Marco leave Lucas's hotel room. Now you look like he's upset and probably a little hurt. I totally almost forgot about the Marco stuff. Somebody in my chat said that Marco is Natalia's son. But I could have swore that Marco was in the music. Maybe not. I have no idea. Um, Also, they did sit there and say who the um, hitman is, and I totally forgot what it was. But he did give the thing that was weird, and maybe I need to watch this scene again. There's one point where he's like he doesn't know the name of the hitman or slash buyer. The next minute he does know the name of the hitman slash buyer. So like that was weird. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. Now I'm not doing a live stream tonight, but I will be back tomorrow. Usual time, and we'll sit there and talk about all the shows. So anything that I missed in this episode, as well as tomorrow, we'll sit there and talk about it there, as well as all the other stuff from today, including tomorrow. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I'll see you in the next video.